Theft Auto 5 is a creative triumph. What sets it apart is its beyond obsessive attention to the tiniest details that truly make it stand out from other AAA blockbusters. Here are 41 mind-blowing little things in Grand Theft Auto 5 that caught our eye and make San Andreas such an incredible, believable space. In a police shootout, if you shoot one officer in the leg, another might drag him behind cover to safety. Go into some water. Your clothes get wet, but only up to the point where you actually waded. The rest stays dry. Micah will comment on in-game things he's done to his shrink.
Even on the way over here, I think I killed someone.
When you get out of your car, your engine cools down with a tink, tink, tink noise like in real life. If you talk to a character on the phone and call them again right afterwards, they comment on having just spoke to you.
We just spoke, you nutcase. Call back some other time.
Okay. If you stop your car in the road and block traffic, drivers will flick you off.
Fuck you, bitches!
If you spend a lot of money customizing your car, random NPCs will stop and compliment you on it.
That's one nice ride.
Hikers on top of Mount Chiliad take pictures of the view with their phones. Michael's wife Amanda can be found on the game's fake dating website, Hush Mush. The mouse clicker in the in-game internet isn't a pointer finger, it's a middle finger. Dome lights turn on when you open car doors. After getting wasted and being discharged from the hospital, your character will still have cuts and bruises. The Dilettante, the in-game Prius clone, initially runs silent until you aggressively accelerate, at which point the engine kicks in. If you pull up to a red light in a sports car next to someone else in a sports car and rev your engine, they'll often burn out and race you when the light turns green. Kicking cars will dent them. You lose your GPS signal when entering a tunnel. If you follow random female NPCs around the city, they will sometimes get nervous, look over their shoulder, and start walking faster.
I ain't got time for bullshit.
Doing a burnout over a dead body generates a huge blood spray. When you hit the button to look behind your car while driving, your character looks in the rearview mirror. You can change your phone's settings so it vibrates instead of rings when receiving a call. This means your controller will vibrate. Flip-flops actually flip and flop. Gunning a car on dirt, grass, or gravel spits it out behind your vehicle when off-road. Driving into the mountains can cause the radio signal of some city-based stations to get garbled and lost.
Too damn long. While the rich die young, the cheap speaking of cars.
Power lines sway in the wind. Cars have regular and high beam options. When it begins raining, puddles slowly and realistically form in the road and environment over time. Trevor, Michael, and Franklin all have different phones, aping iOS, Android, and Windows. Cars have the correct front or rear wheel drivetrains based on whether they're a performance vehicle or not. If you break a window and walk over the broken glass, there is a sound effect of it crunching underfoot. When your character is wet, your shoes make squelchy sounds when walking until they dry out. When Franklin is driving with Chop, if you leave your character idle long enough, they will switch to first person, muffled based on where they originate from, like muffled music coming from an NPC's car. In the prologue, Michael's phone isn't a smartphone. It is very old and outdated since the prologue takes place years earlier. At night, the beach will be dotted with a few campfires and revelers, each with their own unique dialogue.
What if, like, smoking lettuce got you high, but no one knows? Because no one's ever tried it.
There are groundskeepers making sure that the golf course is well kept in the afternoon. If you deck someone wearing glasses, they will fly off their face. If you're talking on the phone while driving, you can't adjust your headlights because your hand is occupied. When you talk into a mic online, your character's mouth moves. There's even more where that came from, but that's just 41